What's good, fam? NBA YoungBoy might be thousands of miles away in a Chinese recording studio right now, but distance has not stopped him from launching a massive strike on his own circle back home. When the rap world woke up on June 25th, 2026, they found a series of aggressive Instagram stories showing Top in a mental state we have not seen for years. He is currently traveling for the Massa World Tour, but instead of enjoying the culture or focusing on his fans, he is busy tearing down every major relationship that helped him build his empire.
It's not bad that it's just you have to write one line. And then I sit there trying to think of the next line. You gotta understand they're using me as entertainment. And this shit becomes self-destruction too. Cause I ain't no entertainer. You know, some shit can be spoke on. Why? This interview ain't gonna be like no other interview. Keep the camera rolling 24/7, my friend. It's nice to meet y'all. Let's get off into some shit.
The footage leaking out of that professional studio in China shows a man who is focused and incredibly hostile, which signals a huge shift in his energy during this international run. This is not just another one of those typical social media rants where he gets emotional for a little bit and then deletes the post an hour later. He is physically halfway across the planet while ending friendships and business ties that have lasted for over a decade. The result of this move is massive because the Never Broke Again collective is basically finished, and it feels like YoungBoy is doing this on purpose from a distance where nobody can reach him. Watching these videos feels eerie because you see him surrounded by high-end equipment in a foreign land while his mind is clearly stuck on betrayals back in the States.
It's not bad that it's just you have to write one line. And then I sit there trying to think of the next line.
The energy he is putting out suggests that he is completely finished with the version of the NBA label that fans have supported for the last 10 years. He is using this trip to China to separate himself from the drama in Baton Rouge, but he is doing it by creating a level of chaos that might be impossible to fix. This is a man who spent years under house arrest in Utah waiting for a chance to see the world, and now that he has his freedom on this 2026 tour, he is using it to cut everyone off. The intense nature of these studio sessions in China indicates that a new project is coming, but the hostility makes it clear that this music is a middle finger to everyone he once called a brother. We are witnessing the actual death of a collective in real time while the leader of the pack sits in a room on the other side of the world. It is a calculated move that shows YoungBoy is entering a phase where he truly believes he does not need anyone else to stay on top. The drama reached a peak when NoCap, who is also known as Kobe Crawford, decided to post about his spiritual growth and his desire to finally forgive YoungBoy for their past issues. It seemed like a real peace offering from a guy who has been in the trenches with Top, but the response he got back was savage and showed no room for negotiation. YoungBoy hopped on his stories from that studio and told him, "Fuck you, I do not like you anymore," and then told him to never call his phone again for as long as he lives.
Ain't nobody getting past me. Better yet, I'll die before I let one of them little niggas past me. You hear me? Okay, good. See, that's why we hired you.
That statement ended their professional tie for good and sent a message that the door is not just closed, but locked from the inside. This beef actually dates back to 2022 when things first went south over financial disputes and allegations that NoCap was not being loyal while signed to the NBA label. YoungBoy has always been big on loyalty, and in his mind, NoCap crossed a line that can never be fixed, regardless of how much time has passed. YoungBoy made it crystal clear that he has zero interest in making peace or ever hopping on another track with NoCap again. This move puts the final nail in the coffin for the most successful partnership YoungBoy ever built under his own brand.
Yeah, but I'm rested right now. I gotta get in the mode.
No writing?
No, it's not bad that it's just.
Looking back at the run they had together, it is just wild to see it end with a middle finger sent from a whole different zip code across the world. NoCap was supposed to be the one to carry the torch for the label, but now he is just another name on the list of people YoungBoy has cut off for good. This whole fallout seems to be based on the idea that NoCap was playing both sides or was not showing enough gratitude for the platform he was handed. Top is clearly at a point where he would rather stand on his own than be around people he thinks are fake or just looking for a check. By telling NoCap to never call his phone again in front of the whole world, he basically made it impossible for the business side to ever get back on track. This is not just some small personal beef between two rappers, because we are watching the total collapse of the most profitable part of the Never Broke Again empire.
You gotta understand they're using me as entertainment, and this shit becomes self-destruction too. Cause I ain't no entertainer. You know, some shit can be spoke on. Why?
NoCap tried to play it cool with that forgiveness post, but YoungBoy treated that move like a total trap and decided to torch the whole bridge instead of crossing it. Things out in China just got way more intense because this proves Top is not looking for any kind of peace right now. He is looking for a complete reset of his entire life and his career while he sits in that studio isolated from his original team. It looks like he is loving every second of the chaos he is causing back home. And that is a level of coldness we rarely see in this industry. It really suggests that the never broke again era as we knew it is officially dead and gone. The most shocking part of this whole situation was not even the NoCap diss, since those two have been going back and forth for a minute now.
It's not bad that it's just you have to write one line. And then I sit there trying to think of the next line.
The fact that YoungBoy publicly ended his friendship with OG33 is what really has the streets confused and talking. We are talking about Kyle Claiborne, and this man is way more than just a friend or some random member of the entourage. 33 literally co-founded the Never Broke Again label with him back in 2015, so he was there before the millions of dollars and the private jets to China were even a thought. He has been the one stable anchor for YoungBoy through every legal battle and every house arrest stint that threatened to end his run. To see Top turn his back on the one person who has stayed solid since the very beginning is a level of coldness that is hard to process. Rumors are already flying that this happened because 33 kept hanging around people that YoungBoy considers to be enemies or just straight up disloyal.
Ain't nobody getting past me. Better yet, I'll die before I let one of them little niggas past me. You hear me? Okay, good. See, that's why we hired you.
In his world, loyalty is a black and white thing where you are either all the way with him or you are the opposition. And it looks like even the co-founder was not safe from that rule. By cutting 33 out of the picture, YoungBoy has removed the very last person in his life who actually had the heart to tell him no or try to keep him grounded. This is a complete teardown of his inner circle that leaves him totally isolated in a foreign country without a single person from his day one team to watch his back. It feels like he is purposely stripping away his support system so that nobody is left to question his moves or challenge his vision. The weight of this move is massive because 33 was the main bridge between the old YoungBoy and the superstar we are looking at today. Now that bridge is gone and Top is thousands of miles away doing his own thing. It really makes you wonder what kind of conversations were going on behind the scenes for things to get this hostile. For years, 33 was the guy who would show up to court and handle the business whenever YoungBoy was locked down. Now that foundation is completely gone and YoungBoy is navigating the biggest tour of his career with a whole new group of people around him.
This interview ain't gonna be like no other interview. Keep the camera rolling 24/7, my friend. It's nice to meet y'all. Let's get off into some shit.
This is a real dangerous game to be playing when you are in a land where you do not speak the language and the laws are nothing like what you know in Louisiana. Without 33 acting as that buffer between him and the rest of the world, we are finally seeing the raw and unfiltered version of Kentrell that usually gets managed by his team. Before we get into how YoungBoy is actually using this time to pull off a calculated divorce from the streets and build a solo empire, tell me what y'all think. Is he really safe out there without 33 acting as his buffer? Or is he just one bad move away from an international disaster? Tell me in the comments. No cap. While you at it, make sure you like and subscribe. Let's continue. We need to get past the idea that these are just random outbursts from a homesick artist stuck in Beijing. The way I see it, YoungBoy is intentionally isolating himself to move into a solo empire phase where he is the only one who owns a piece of his own life. He is pulling off a calculated cultural divorce from the streets of Baton Rouge and the same system that built him up in the first place. Doing this while he is physically in China is a massive statement.
Yeah, but I'm rested right now. I gotta get in the mode.
No writing?
No, it's not bad that it's just.
He has removed himself from the day-to-day rap drama in America while still keeping the fire burning from thousands of miles away. He created a situation where he can talk his talk without dealing with any immediate blowback while he works on a new sound in a foreign studio. I predict this scorched earth approach will give us the most experimental music of his career, but it is going to cost him his entire logistical safety net. He is basically testing his massive fan base to see if they will stick with Kentrell Golden, even if he burns the whole Never Broke Again brand down to the ground. This is way bigger than a simple rebrand, and it looks like he is trying to shed his past like a snake sheds its skin to become something the industry has never witnessed. He is betting his whole life on the idea that his talent is so massive that he can stay at the top of the charts without a label or his day one brothers. It is a high stakes gamble that might turn him into the most powerful independent force in music, or it could leave him completely stranded if things ever go wrong. He is trying to stop being a street rapper with a gang behind him so he can become a solitary global icon who only answers to himself. Being in China gives him a buffer to reinvent his image without the pressure of his old life pulling him back into the same old trouble. He is forcing himself into a corner where the only option is to succeed on a level that nobody ever expected from a kid out of Baton Rouge. This solo empire phase means he gets every bit of credit for his wins, but he also takes all the heat for his losses without anyone to soften the blow.
You gotta understand, they using me as entertainment, and this shit becomes self-destruction too. Cause I ain't no entertainment. You know, some shit can be spoke on. Why?
He is gambling on his own genius while cutting out the very people who helped him find it. And a move like that usually ends with a legend or a total collapse. He wants to know that if he wins, it was all him. And if he fails, he does not have to worry about dragging anyone else down into the dirt. It is a lonely path to choose, but for a guy like YoungBoy, this might be the only way he can feel free from the expectations of his past. To understand why Top is moving so aggressively right now, you have to look at the massive amount of pressure he has lived under for several years. This taste of international freedom comes right after a grueling 23-month prison sentence that ended in early 2025 when he took a plea deal for those gun charges in Utah. Before he even went to prison, the man was stuck under strict house arrest from 2021 until 2024, which means he has been a prisoner in his own home or a cell for most of his adult life. This 2026 Massa World Tour is the first time he has been able to breathe fresh air without a federal agent watching every move he makes. This international run is the highest stakes moment of his entire career because any tiny mistake could send him right back to that life of isolation.
I just want to get paid. I don't give a fuck about it.
Even while he burns these bridges and loses lifelong friends, his work ethic stays at an elite level that most of these other rappers could never dream of matching. Credible reports coming out of China say he already finished recording a whole project in those overseas studios, and that proves he is still the same artist who can lock himself in a room and create a masterpiece. It shows his drive has not slowed down, but the way he treats his team suggests he wants to be the only one standing when the dust settles. The risk he is taking is almost too high to even calculate because running a global tour takes a massive amount of logistical support and trust. If he keeps alienating the core team that knows his business and his personality, this tour could be the last time the never broke again infrastructure functions in the real world. You can have all the talent in the world, but running a worldwide operation without your day one partners is usually a recipe for a total disaster. YoungBoy is dominating the social media war because his fans are a literal army, but he might be torching the legacy of a $100 million career.
This interview ain't gonna be like no other interview. Keep the camera rolling 24/7, my friend. It's nice to meet y'all. Let's get off into some shit.
Severing ties with 3-3 is a cold move that even legends like 50 Cent or Gucci Mane would have avoided during their prime years. Those veterans knew that no matter how big you get, you still need a loyal general to handle the streets in the boardroom. Right now, it looks like he is either pulling off a genius rebrand in Beijing or having a massive breakdown over a 5G connection. He is chilling in a foreign country while his whole empire back in the States is catching fire, and he doesn't seem to mind who gets burned. This is a man who has always thrived on conflict, but he usually points that energy at his rivals instead of his own family. If he really walked away from NBA 3-3 and NoCap, then he is treating the last decade like it was nothing but a trial run. Before we move on and see how this tour actually plays out, tell me what y'all think about this situation. Tell me in the comments if YoungBoy was right to cut off the fake energy or if he just lost his only real brother, NoCap. While you are at it, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Let's see if Top can actually survive on his own or if he just pushed away the only people who were actually in his corner during his darkest days.